Alrighty, this is the first modding video for this channel. Yeah, it's the first video. So far I'm just doing this element right now. It's really hard to see the camo in this camera, but it's light blue and then really dark blue. It's really hard to see. Maybe you can see it there. But yeah, so I've done that. Just finished the paint job. I'm thinking about dry brushing it with some silver paint right here. There is part of the Recon stock right here. This little thing is to get on. I cut off the dart holders, did some stuff to the handle as well. I thought that would look a lot better, and this is because from the plunger right here, I stuck on a piece of a barrel, like an extra, just came out whatever barrel I had, and I stuck out a piece of a plunger, piece of a plunger rod inside of it, and that gave it a good air seal, and it's basically just a little bit extension, because it looks better, and then it just fires a little bit straighter, because when you fire this thing with regular darts, it would like fishtail, do all that crap everywhere. So yeah, yeah, as of that, so that's why I had to add the bottom part here to the Recon stock, because there's this part of the stock right here, and I'm using this currently as a ramrod, and because of the stock, it fit right there, and it just slide in, and you'd always have it there, and so I had to put it separately. So gonna pause the video right here. I'm gonna go dry brush it, I guess, and then I'll come back when I'm done with that. I'd show a little clip of me dry brushing right now. I just got all the silver paint onto all over my brush. I took off a lot of it here, and of course, do this one-handed, but shouldn't be that bad. I would get around the edges first for this thing, and so far the edges would be like, you know, the bottom here, around the edge of the Recon part, and then the handle, and then maybe a little bit on top. So yes, just go with some really light strokes, just get around the edges. And yeah, I actually took off a little bit too much of the paint, but as you can, it was probably really hard to see, but the camera would focus. No, it doesn't seem like it wants to, but there's a little bit of silver paint there now. Yeah, I guess that's how I dry brush, and yeah, I'll show you when it's done. Alrighty, so I finished off one shell. I wanted to show you guys what it looks like after you dry brush it, compared to this sort of plain blue with a camo, which is again really hard to see, compared to the silver dry brushing, which looks a lot better in person than on camera apparently. But yeah, after I dry brushed it, it's kind of really hard to see the dark and light blue camo I did. So maybe next time I do a cam like this, I'm probably not going to dry brush over it, or I might do only the edges a little bit lighter. But I use dry brushing to bring out like the wording and the text on there, and some of the details on the gun, like I don't even know what the hell the piping or whatever that is. But yeah, that's what I usually use dry brushing for, and I'll finish the entire plaster and I'll be right back. Alright, I was waiting for the paint to dry. I just have the barrel in here that I modified a little bit, and I'll just be going over the mods. I'm actually going to go close the door, be right back. Alrighty, I closed the door. So, what I did here was, if I can pull it out, doing this stuff was one-handed is not the easiest. Alright, got it. And it's already lubricated up. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. I double O-ringed it. I took an O-ring from my Raider. I added that, and I duct taped underneath it, and that's all the Vaseline I used, because it's the only sort of oily thing I have. And then I double springed it. I think it's the original spring, and then either a Busby spring or I don't know, some other pistol spring I had that fit. And this is really hard now. It's really powerful. I didn't have a really strong spring, but I had an extra one, so I just, you know, double springed, and that's also really powerful catch now spring. And then I took the barrel. There is well, the story behind this element is I actually got it from a friend that didn't want it anymore because it was severely broken and stuff. So I just there's a crack between the top here, this orange piece, and the black entire plunger, or whatever you want to call this thing. I'm not sure. So I cemented the orange part together, and then I plastics, and then I have some of that, and then I duct taped around it to close up the cracks and stuff like that, and hopefully that would work pretty well. I hot glued on with this, like, kind of, there's two pieces of orange. There's an orange piece that goes inside, and then there's this like little tubing piece here that goes on top of it, which increases this is also this lip too. And I just hot glued that instead. It seemed like it worked a little bit, and then after over time it was pretty solid, so I just kept that. And knocked out the air restrictor, so it's just a straight hole. There's two air release holes on the camera right there, and one on the opposite side. And I filled that with hot glue, and it's actually protruding out a little bit inside here. But so far it's been okay. I've already shot this gun while after I modded it. So yeah, paint should be almost dry. It's clear coat, and just yeah, that's clear coat. So apparently it dries really fast. So I'll be putting this back together and showing you guys what it looks like. Alrighty guys, we just finished the Nerf gun, and this is what it came out like. In my opinion, it looks really nice with the orange priming, a little bit orange on the trigger, have to sand it down a little bit, and the orange muzzle with the gray bar. So, well, how you load it with the ramrod is you put the darts, and these are kind of like my shitty extra Stefan darts. And you would just put it into the barrel, and you take the ramrod out, which I told you about, and that just comes out like so. It's easier. I'm just doing it with one hand, and then you shove it in. So I'm gonna load darts, show you the firing, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I loaded the dart with one. I'm just gonna do a test right here. I don't have range tests because I don't have a chronograph, and I believe that that's the only way to get accurate readings for ranges. But I'm just gonna show you it firing. Yeah, so it hits the back wall, so it's pretty good. When it was stock, I would be shooting it from down there. It's kind of dark, but yeah, it won't even hit the back. So yeah. Seems like one of my darts are actually coming apart. That's how bad these things are. But yeah. Also, a good thing about what I do when I added the muzzle is that you can now shoot 2 darts at once. So yeah, that's a pretty good thing. I'm actually just gonna go grab the second dart and I'll be right back. Alright, so I let 2 darts in here. You can't probably see, but yeah, there's 2 darts in here now, and just firing. Yeah, well, you couldn't really see it, but you can definitely hear the 2 taps. So maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure actually, but yeah, so I'm pretty happy with this right now. I might be putting this gun up for sale after, of course, I fix it up a little bit. I didn't actually have epoxy putty for this, so as you can see, it looks really messy. There's hot glue, and the bottom is just completely open, which isn't exactly a good thing. Yeah, so I'll probably touch up this gun, repaint it. Probably repainting this maybe a little bit different instead of trying to do just a classic all blue, basically all blue, and some silver on it. But yeah, it turned out really, really nice, and yeah, it fires it. So that was my first video. Tell me how I did in the comments and subscribe. Also, I realized I'm going to do something in my videos where if I have a couple upcoming projects, I'll show it off at the end of the video. So here we go. So right now I have 2 guns right here. This is a Demolisher with a Centurion stock integrated into it, but I kind of used the wrong type of epoxy, and it kind of got really, really weak. I guess I didn't mix it up all the way or something like that, but yeah. I'll probably be redoing this and probably adding a completely different paint job, which sucks because I felt like this paint job was amazing. There was some silver splatter paint with over blue. Over this part, it was over black, and that would have turned out really, really nice, like so. And the Centurion stock's expensive. Probably never gonna do that again. But yeah, modded this thing. Air seal, did everything you could do with this, and now it shoots probably like 50 feet plus. It's really good now. Next is actually Rapid Strike that I already minimized and sanded down, but I haven't, got the right length.
filled the tip or anything. It's a couple of days ago, and the stock just came out too. But yeah, I have to do that. But going over to here, all my just a bunch of crap is here. So I did a strife. This is a previous mod I did. But I'm going to be adding new motors to this thing compared to just rewiring I did before, and repainting with the integrating that here with, of course, I have a recon barrel too, which I've already sanded and prepped for, just sticking on there with hot glue and some epoxy. But yeah, I don't know, stick around for those videos. I'll probably be doing a work in progress on them, just like I did with this one. And yeah, and my battery died for camera, of course. So yeah, subscribe and see you in the next video.